Hi, my name is joeTRUEMARK, and I am the Halo Enthusiast. As you have probably already have guessed, I play Halo. Lots of Halo. I've been here from the start. And when I say the start, I guess in a way I still feel like Halo is new to me, but after realising that the franchise has been going for over a decade, I guess that makes me, well, kind of old. So how did I get into Halo? Well, to be honest, from an early age I was never much into shooters. I used to love God games, as they were called. You know them as real-time strategies, like Warcraft. Oh wait, that's not an RTS anymore. The Settlers, Command and Conquer. But as I got older, I eventually got into the good old days of the PS2. Red Faction and Red Faction 2. Those were my favourite and main shooters. Add in some Time Splitters, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark too, and gaming life was pretty good. Anyway, there was this kid when I was at school going on and on about how Halo was amazing and it was the best video game ever made. Sure, it was advertised everywhere, but somehow I just wasn't interested. So when I came into some money from a job I had, after I left school in the summer holidays, I thought I would get an Xbox. I got it because I really wanted to play Jedi Outcast, The Old Republic, and the new Obi-Wan game that was out. A free game was offered with them and I had a choice. I forget what the choices were, but because of that kid I chose Halo. What my life would have been had I gone with the other choice, I guess I will never know. I remember being so excited to play the Star Wars games, and when I played through each of them I was happy I had them, but they were kind of meh. I played Halo last thinking it would be my least favourite. I distinctly remember playing it in a demo machine in game. Some person had lodged a warthog in the wall and I was trying to drive it out, not really understanding what I was trying to do, and I labelled the game as poor. But when I sat down and I played it for the first time, a realisation dawned on me. It was a game unlike I had ever played before. The story sucked you in, it seamlessly transported your consciousness into outer Halo lore space. At the time, the graphics were outstanding, the action was non-stop, the level progression logical and simple to navigate. It was a beautiful, interactive work of art, and it absolutely blew me away. I played it for 2 weeks. Now, 15 years later, I think I'm addicted to Halo games and have a serious video game problem. With more than 15 days game time this year logged for just Halo 5 Warzone, I think that is quite a lot considering I work full time. But I digress. So basically I have some real love for the franchise. So because I've been here from the beginning, I think I am qualified to impart to you guys some things that may be useful that I've picked out throughout my time playing Halo. So, what is my overall goal? I want to talk to the people who love to play Halo but ask themselves, how can I be better? What do I need to do to be better? And they have no idea where to start or get the help they need. I see a lot of advice on YouTube that gives you just general pointers, but when it comes to logical step-by-step practice or progression, more depth to a subject, I often find that they are offering advice that only goes on the surface. I want to go further, perhaps as far as I can. As I always like to say, the devil is in the details. I would like to go into each subject completely to give you the knowledge, skills, confidence and experience to handle situations that frustrate you and to make you think more like a complete player. Now, I'm not here to say how brilliant I am or how fantastic I play. Although my friends have always been impressed by my general ability to pick up shooters, however, I know what it is like to start at the bottom and have to work your way up. It happens with each instalment of Halo. I would say that my scores are average. I am certainly no champion or Onyx, and I don't play pro. I have a day job, which sucks by the way. I would like to play Halo full time. But I am proud of the fact that I can maintain a positive kill-death ratio overall and a 2 kill-death ratio on Warzone, averaging above 20 kills per game overall, pre-Warzone firefight update. But I think most of the time I play pretty good. Sometimes I really do super bad, and I think that a grown man who plays Halo all the time and still loses so drastically is pretty pathetic. But I guess that's just life. Everyone has a bad game from time to time. So, after spending a lot of time playing and thinking about the way I play, I think I could help anyone to play better than perhaps they already are, so that you can enjoy the multiplayer more rather than perhaps getting frustrated on a lot of games you play, if that kind of thing happens to you. You may already be a decent player, however I think even my advice can help, as I want to get people thinking about things in the game they may not have thought of earlier, playing in different ways and improving areas they have avoided or didn't even think they could improve on. So how is this delivered? How am I proposing to get you playing better? Well, before we start, I want to make it clear that the content to be covered will not be done in this one video. It is to serve as an overview. Being good at Halo will take time, dedication, passion and heart. It is one big subject. You will have times and moments where you think you are making good progress, at other times you will question if you are any good at all. We've all been there. But if you stick with it, you will gain hours of pleasure and the comforting knowledge that you have what it takes to master and develop your own game each time you play. So, without further ado, let's break it down. So, number 1, movement and aiming. These are the most basic of basic skills, but they must be constantly maintained and improved upon. Could my aim be better? Absolutely. Could I be more aware of my surroundings? A resounding yes. Just because I can shoot okay does not mean that I have mastered every shot with every weapon, and even if I have, I will need to maintain my accuracy with constant practice. Know that your work here will never be done. I have a unique system to keep you in tip-top aim condition, and also improve over a period of time. In terms of movement, again, practice is required to move effectively into and out of cover, how to evade shots effectively, and when to press down on a target or when to retreat. Number 2, know your weapons. You need to own each weapon as if you made it yourself. Each intricate little detail, each strength and imperfection. You need to learn to love each weapon, knowing exactly when it would be perfect to use. Each kill is like a piece of art, and each weapon is like a paintbrush to paint that picture. A true master appreciates it all. Some are used more than others, but do not be ignorant to the beauty of each weapon. They all shine when used correctly. Number 3, live training. Live training is an optional extra, as you will need friends to help you with these exercises. The original aiming and moving exercises outlined in the first chapter is your main way of keeping sharp, but live training will be your key to having a razor's edge. It will consist of various octagon ranges and other custom team games to get you playing differently in prep for specific situations. Number 4, map and game type knowledge. Knowing your map is really important. You may have a decent skill set, but when being chucked into a map with no idea where anything is, what the best strategies are, cover zones, kill zones, sniping spots, etc., anything can happen. And when I say anything, I mean you will probably lose. Now, we all have maps that we gravitate to, but as a complete player we must learn all maps, especially the ones we are most uncomfortable playing, and try that much harder to perform well on them. Study is key here. Number 5, fighting strategies and combat logic. So these are general philosophies and rules to maximise your success. So sometimes your heart says yes when your logic says no. Ever rushed an enemy only to get blown away a few seconds later, getting more than you bargained for? Ever choked on a long-range sniper shot that you really shouldn't have missed? Tried to splatter a group of enemies with a ghost only to lose it to a hijacker quicker than you can say buckle up? I hope you get the picture. Yes, we have all been there, but you realise there comes a point when Halo is not just about skill, but about something extra. It can be described as boldness. No, not that kind. Nerves, balls, judgment, decent plays, whatever those are, and knowing when to hesitate and think, and when to ignore all doubts and go nuts, going in all guns blazing. These are important skills to learn, and perhaps the hardest and most difficult to master. You must basically understand your enemy's psychology, which then becomes a battle of pure wits, or wills, if you like. You can be an average player but know when to be in the right place at the right time, or you can be a fantastic player getting triple teamed all the time. I would say that I am still trying to master these after all these years, but having them in the back of your head, even if you don't know them religiously, helps you to focus in times when you usually would feel lost. Number 6. Team play. The dynamics of fighting in a team can completely change your performance. You must know yourself as a player and know your value to a team. This is one big subject and is closely linked to all points mentioned before. More notes on this later. Number 7. Warzone. Warzone is by far my most favourite mode, and I have spent most of my time here on Halo 5. Warzone is so huge and so varied that new players to the mode are intimidated, may have a few majorly bad games, and not want such a battering again. The scoring system and rec progression can seem daunting and unfamiliar, and sometimes downright unfair, being all too much hard work to learn rather than just enjoying the game. Some people love the rec system, other people hate it, but if you know how it works, you will be getting better weapons in no time, and with good guidance, you don't need to call in amazing recs every time, every game, or all the time to still get results. You can make a positive contribution to your team by applying similar strategies I will mention earlier, but tweaked. Warzone is where all these skills come together and will show your true skill, and I guarantee you, once you catch the Warzone bug, you won't look back. So there you have it. It is my aim to provide videos, Excel data spreadsheets, PDFs, maps, written notes, custom build maps and game types, and live custom games to assist in helping you and us to all become better at Halo. So thanks for listening, and I hope that this will be the start of our Halo journey together. Don't forget to add me as a friend on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is joeTRUEMARK. You can email at the Halo Enthusiast at outlook.com. Don't forget to subscribe to never miss a video. So I hope to see you next time. This is joeTRUEMARK signing off and wishing you well in all things Halo.